Muhammad, he said that if you fast the day of Ashura, that will forgive your sin for all the past year. So why Muslims don't fast it now? How it was so important, suddenly we replaced by Ramadan. If one day of fasting is equal to 1 year of sin, isn't it obvious that Muhammad the false prophet is a fraud, trying to make you just follow him by fabricating lies? What kind of God will forgive me for all the sin of the previous year for not eating for a few hours? If this is the case, everybody will go to heaven. I raped a woman yesterday, I fast today. I will go and do rape every day for the last 365 days, the last year, and then in the day of Ashura, I will fast, brother. I'm a good person now. And then Muhammad, suddenly, he dumped this day. He said, it's not necessary to fast it. He replaced by Ramadan. So how it was one day will forgive all the sin, and then the day became not important? Do you see it? Read carefully. It is the day of Ashura and you are eating, Abdul Rahman said to one of the companion. Upon this he said, fast was observed on this day before the fasting of Ramadan was made obligatory. But when it was made at the fasting of the day of Ashura, and then we abandoned this day. How you abandon this day? Because Muhammad is a fake man. He saw the people fasting Ashura. They are pagan like him. He says Ashura. Okay, he fast Ashura. In different hadith, Muhammad, he came. He saw the Jews fasting a day. He said, what is this day? They said, this is the day where Moses, he crossed the sea. He said, well, if this is the day of Moses crossing the sea, we are more like we have right and Moses more than you. So he started fasting that day. The same day, Ashura. So how it was so important to the point will forgive your sin, and then Ashura was replaced by different fasting? What kind of God he changed his mind? Because Muhammad was trying to build a religion. He don't have one. The Christian, they have fasting, the Jews have fasting, the Sabian have fasting, he have to have fasting. Do you understand me, guys? Until now we have 0 Muslims calling us, 0 Muslim even texting us. Do we have any Muslim want to say something? Any Muslim oppose? And don't forget that Muhammad, he took many stories from Salman al-Farisi, Salman the Persian. If you have my book, you will find Muhammad is spending the night with Salman. To the point Aisha, she was jealous, and the wives, they were jealous because Muhammad, he spent the night with him. What he was spend the night for? What? Learning stories from the Persian, and this is where he got the hur from. So the hur is version who are from Persia. Moses is a Jew. Christ is for the Christians and the Jews. The black stone is for the Hindus. The Kaaba is for the Hindus. The Yemeni corner is for the Sabian, which is coming from the temple of Al-Makkah. This is why you see in the Quran, sometime he call it Mecca, sometime he call it Bakka. Bakka is dependent in the accent. The letter Ba can be used or can be pronounced as Qa. The same as in Ka, with Mecca. What is the first house is built for Allah? It is the house of Bakka. What is Bakka? This is the temple of Yemen, which is the temple of the Sabian, which is the moon god. You can go right now and search the temple of Yemen, Al-Makkah. Makkah, this is where the name Makkah is originally from. And Bakka is the same. This is the first temple. This is why Muhammad, he took, there's a corner in the Kaaba. It's called the Yemeni corner. And we showed you that Muhammad, he said that whoever touched those corners, Allah forgive his sin. So why this, what this corner is about? This corner simply have stones from the original temple. Like some Christians, they bring bones of saints and they build a church in the top of their grave. It's a tradition. Muhammad, he wanted to have, or the people before Muhammad, they wanted to have something from the temple, and so they don't need to go all the way to the temple of Yemen. In the same time, that will bring business. So they built the Kaaba and they brought stones from the temple of the Sabian, which is the temple of the moon god. So if you remember, we showed you there's two corners. If you touch them, they forgive your sin, which means it's not only the black stone. The black stone is for the moon god, but the Yemeni corner, it is stones taken literally from the temple, which is the temple of the Sabian, which is in Yemen, which is the moon god. Do you see it? If you touch those two corners, which corners? The corner of the black stone and the corner of Yemen. You can search right now as we speak to the temple of Al-Makkah. Let me see if I can find it for you. And by the way, all this, the scribe of Al-Makkah temple proved that they were worshiping the lunar god in that temple. Let us see. I see the pictures already, but I want to see like something. Yeah, I don't see. I want to find an official, like something scientific, not just people making articles. Anyway, I will show you the images before we show the article, but I don't see the, I want to get just someone posting articles, you know. Anyway, if you go and search for Al-Makkah temple, you will find this. This is Al-Makkah temple, which was the temple of the Sabian, built by the Sabian. This actually, many do not know that even the Egyptian gods are made by the Sabian. This is why the Sabian, they hate the Jews, because they believe that the God of the Sabian, the God of the Jews, destroyed the army of the Pharaoh, and the army of the Pharaoh, they are Sabian. So you can search and you will find a lot of information about the temple of Al-Makkah. You see it? Do we have any question? Again, guys, today I supposed to give my book Quran and Science in Indonesian language for free, but the person who will read it did not finish yet. So I want you to give me just maybe a week maximum from now, and then he finished reading, and then we will post it. So I keep my promise. I did not change my promise. You will have it, but just we want to be sure that the book translated in at least okay, a good language, and there's nothing wrong in the translation. And for sure, I'm very thankful for the translator. I do not know him. I never met him. I do not know his name. But because of that, actually, I wanted to check and be sure more. Because at the end of the day, I mean, I don't know how to read the book. You know what I mean? So the translator is the one who is saying what he is saying, translating supposedly what I saying. So I want to be sure first that he is not making things which is not there, you know. So we will share the book. All of you Indonesian people will have it for free, as I promised. And I want you, after you have it, share it like fire with everybody. All right. Soon, when we have it ready to publish, within a week from now, we will have it done. The book is done already, but we are just asking some people to read it to see if there is any mistakes. And my trust on those people. Otherwise, I don't know how to read the Indonesian language. You know, like, you know, all translation, always translation have a problem, because you don't know what is the ability of the translator, right? It might be very good. As an example, my book in French, I don't speak French, but people who told me they read the book, they said the one who translated the book is so good, to the point that his book in French is better than my book in English. Yeah. So, you know, like English is not my first language, you know that. So when I write a book, it's very difficult for me, because I need help of people to check the grammar, the mistakes, etc. It's not an easy process. It takes a lot of work, a lot of time. For me, I can make a book in Arabic. You know, if I say to you 2 weeks, I will not be exaggerating. 2 weeks I can finish a book in Arabic about Islam, because it's my language. I do not need to check the grammar. I do not need to translate, which is a huge part of the work, because just take the text as, like, now if I want to talk about this hadith, so now what I'm going to do, I have to translate the hadith to English or to Basha language or to German, and that will take a lot of time. But if it's in Arabic and I'm making the book in Arabic, that's it. It's just copy the hadith, paste it there, and say what do you want to say about it. Done deal. Right? Yeah. So anyway, and as soon I get the other book in the Indonesian language too, because somebody is working in it, when it's finished, I will give it to you for free too. This is because I really love Indonesian people and I want to help them. At the same time, I understand that Indonesian people, they are majority are poor. So it's not fair from me, just because I want to make some money, even though I need it, to hold the book from 200, 300 million people, just because I want to make little money. And I know they can't even maybe afford it. Few of them, maybe they can. So for me, giving the book for free is a blessing for all of us, and that will share the truth with everyone. Especially this book is called Quran and Science in Depths, which means Muslims are trying to convince you that Quran is full of science. So this book will get all their science busted, and you will die laughing at the comedy. So do we have any Muslim want to say anything? Why Jesus Christ did not stop the slavery? That's false, Jamal. It is your God who did not. Jesus said clearly, If somebody asks you for your coat, give him your dress. Is that correct, guys? So if somebody he own a slave, he ask him for his freedom, shall not he give him a freedom? Secondly, how many slaves Jesus he own? Isn't it Jesus is the best example for us? Christians, how many slaves Jesus have, and how many slaves Muhammad have? So your statement, Mr. Jamal, is a false statement. How come you don't ask yourself the same question? Because you are being hypocrite. Did you ask your prophet why he owned a slave? Jesus never owned one and never killed one. Your prophet is a slave owner and he was raping them. This is how somebody make a false statement. Isn't it the Quran says it's forbidden for you married women except slaves, which means you can rape married women just because they are slaves? Is that your book or my book? So this is the best you came with, Mr. Jamal? And all married women are forbidden into you save these captives. Do you see it? So not only you own slaves, and Muhammad he received gifts as a slaves. Gift. Amazon come in front of his house, drop some boxes, he opened the boxes, there's a human, and what he do with those human, he raped them. And Jamal is talking about slavery. This is your Quran, and this is your translation, and you got busted. This is why now suddenly you are so quiet. Even in the Old Testament it says that if you have a slave, you cannot sleep with her, you have to marry her. To marry her. And why the Jews have slaves? The whole Jews been taken as slaves. The Jews were practicing eye for an eye. The whole nation been taken slaves by the Assyrian and by the Egyptian twice. The whole nation, not a few hundreds. All the Jews been taken like goats to Egypt and to Iraq. They cannot block my book in Indonesia, my friend, because it's going to be filed in the internet. How they can block it? Let them try. They can block a website, post in the book, right? Post it in Google, G Drive, everywhere. How they can block that? Good luck. Let them try. Do we have any Muslim have any comment? And actually, you know, if the Lord give me more time, I will be able to finish the Quran translation, and I'm working on other 2 more books. It's taking so long, but as you see, I mean, I spend a lot of time here with you. Yesterday, I start the process of publishing the German book, Sex and Allah. So it's going to be soon, maybe in 3 days, 4 days, it's going to be out. And then we are going to have the Dutch translation of Sex and Allah too, in the Dutch language. So in this, before the end of the month, we will have 4 books published in 2 languages, the Dutch and the German, for Sex and Allah. How many of you did read Sex and Allah? It's a very beautiful book, and there's a lot of secrets you never heard of. And the reason I don't talk about it here, I mean, it's very complicated topic, and the reference need like really hard translation, and it's dirty. That's why it's called Sex and Allah. You know, people, they say to me, why you call it Sex and Allah? I mean, don't you think it's a harsh? Well, it's about sex and Allah. What is it about? I mean, why you need to call it something else? Why you need to sugarcoat things? Sex and Allah, it's about Allah and sex. All of Islam is about sex. Why somebody want to do jihad? to get the slave in the earth, rape them, capture women. So rape now and rape later. The version who Allah will give them to the Muslims, who are they? They are made for sex. It's a slavery. Slavery in earth, slavery in heaven. When Muhammad, he promised every Muslim 80,000 little boy slave, and they are white like pearls. Let me see if I can find the hadith. Here we go. Do you see it? Muhammad said, at least of the paradise in the position, here what he's saying, the lowest reward, the bad reward, the bad Muslim, the one who will enter heaven at the end. The list of the people of paradise in position is the one with 80,000 little boys. Those servants are described in the Quran as boys, and 72 wives. So mistakenly people think that Muslim will have 72 wives. No. This is for the bad Muslim, the one at the end. You see, Islam says that the heaven have 100 ranks. So there's one in the top and one at the end. This guy, he is at the end. He is the worst Muslim. He will get 80,000 little boys and 72 women. So 72 is not for every Muslim, it's for the bad Muslim. Otherwise the number will be by hundreds of thousands, or if not millions. And this is nothing but a form of slavery. So we have Jamal is asking about slavery, but even in heaven of Allah there's a slavery. What kind of God will enslave children to make me happy? 80,000 little boys, they will be enslaved to make one person happy? And how you can be happy by having 80,000 little boys slave and 72 women, they don't know them, they are made for sex. And this is additional proof that Islam cannot be from the same God. The God of Islam have no ethic. This is ethical problem. What kind of ethic this ethic is? The God of the Bible is holy. His house is not a pimp house. Allah, his house is a pimp house. Everybody is naked having boom boom. And not naked having boom boom with one woman he love her. No, there's no love here. It's a lust. The man living the fantasies of having many women fighting over him. There's a sheikh, Saudi sheikh, he was describing for the Muslims how the women, they will jump on you the second you enter the heaven. One, she will be sucking your lips, one will be sucking your I mean, very filthy. They will be fighting over you. You will be in the floor, and hundreds of women, they are zombie. I mean, is that really fun? And each time you finish doing boom boom with one of them, you don't finish. Actually, the angel will come to you and he will say, "Hey, she's smoking. Her private part is smoking. Change it." This is heaven. If you want to read more about this madness, you can read my book, Sex and Allah, and you will see. And I changed the Muslim to say I'm lying. All the reference is there in Arabic and for sure in English. Well, sorry for too graphic, but I mean, we cannot sugarcoat this cult. You see, this is the problem when I go to a church to do a seminar. The minister of the church, he stand and he start to explain to those people that this is different. Like, okay, he's going to say to them, here you will hear words you are not used to hear in a church. So he go to the stage and he starts saying, trying to explain, preparing them for the shocking moment. So I say, okay, just don't do that. Let it happen. Each time I go to a church to do a seminar, the minister of the church, they are afraid how people will respond to the teaching they will hear. In fact, Each time I go, they ask me to come again, and not only that, they close the door. They don't let me go mostly, especially like I went to Asia and the Philippines. Once I missed the airplane, they don't want to let me go. I supposedly I will finish by noon time, 11 o'clock, and go. An airplane, I think it was like 1. They closed the doors. They said, you don't go, because tomorrow we have more people coming. And look, the people don't want you to go. Because, you know, it's funny and stupid and hilarious in the same time, not only ugly. I cannot explain to you how many times people they you know, like when I was doing seminars in the Philippines, people they sweat. It's a very humid, you know, country. It's hot there, so they laugh and laugh. There's a guy almost he have a heart attack from laughing. Actually, once we have a seminar, and I was saying to them that the Prophet said that every one of us uh, we will look in the heaven of Allah like Prophet Joseph. If you remember the Quran, speak about that when women they see Joseph, they cut their fingers with the knives. This is how sexy he is. So Muhammad he promised the Muslims that when you go to heaven, you men, you will be so good looking, sexy, like Prophet Joseph. And Prophet Joseph is a prophet which every woman in the world she dreamed to sleep with. That's what the Quran saying, not me. Even the ruler or those who they are leadership in Egypt, their wives, they want to sleep with Joseph. I mean, right now, if you ask yourself, where is your wife? She might be with Joseph. Oh boy. So anyway, I was saying that all of you will be so good looking, and I showed them the hadith. And one of the viewer, his name is Joseph, God bless him, you know, but he have a very funny let us say he's you know, he stand up, he says like me, he's making fun of himself. He look funny. I mean, he have his teeth is gone, broken. So he said like me. And people die from laughing. He said, my name is Joseph, you know. Oh boy. If you go in the Quran, actually, let's see. Let us go to the verse in the Quran. I don't know what happened to the website. It's frozen. I have to wait. Maybe we need to open different website. Anyway, madness. Let me try to open different website. Hold on. Or maybe I need to close and refresh. Not responding. Try a different one. All right. Here we go. chapter 12 verse number 13. The women, my friend, when they see Joseph, they go crazy. They cannot hold themselves. Joseph was what they call, like, what is a famous and when the women in the city says, the ruler wife asking for her slave boy, indeed he has smitten her to the heart. Okay, and then if you read the hadith and the interpretation to this, when they see Joseph, my friend, they cut their hands. They cut their hands, literally. The women, when they see, they cut their hands. Women, when they see, they cannot. They start shaking. This is true, brother. Joseph is here. Joseph is here. Women, they are doing making food. They cut their hands because the second Joseph he entered a place, everybody go nuts. He's so good. He's so handsome. He's so sexy. Do you see it? So Muhammad, he promised them that all of them, when they go to heaven, they will be they will have the look of Joseph and the age of Jesus, which is 33. Let us see if we can find you the hadith for that one. I guess we can find it in English. Let us see. Let us see. But by the way, Muhammad is more handsome than Joseph. I need to find those hadith. The problem with this search engine in this website is very, very bad. It will take forever to find. Anyway, next time maybe remind me. I will get it for you. But I hate to mention something without showing it. Let us see. Let us see here. Here it says that Adam, he will be 60 arms tall, or you will be 60 arms tall. But I need the one where it says how tall are you and how you will look like. 60 arm tall. All of those hadith about you will be 60 arm tall. But I want the one where it says that they will be in the age of Jesus and the look of Yusuf or Joseph. I cannot find it. Maybe it's not in this website. but for sure we can find it in Arabic. And yeah, by the way, Joseph, you have a very beautiful voice too. But the one who will be invited to the party of Allah is going to be David and Allah and Muhammad. Jesus is not invited. He will not be singing. Let us see. You see, I found the hadith in Arabic, but I cannot find it in English. Let us try again. Yeah, we cannot find it here. But the hadith is in front of me in Arabic actually. It says here, يدخل أهل الجنة على طول آدم عليه السلام 60 ذراعا بذراع الملك على حسن يوسف وعلى ميلاد عيسى 33 سنة. So the people of the heaven, they will enter heaven and they will be in the height of Adam, 60 arms, and 60 arms from the arms of the angel, which means really I don't know how that will be, how big the angel arm is. And then they will be in the face and the beauty of Joseph, and they will be in the age of Jesus, 33 years old, and they will have the tongue like the tongue of the Prophet Muhammad, and they will be Jurdun Murdun Mukhalun. So they will have no hair, no eyebrows. Let us see if we can find this one here about Jurdun Murdun. They will be totally without hair, and I don't know how ugly that is will be. Yeah, I found this one here, but it's not all the hadith we want. The people of paradise are without body hair. Murd. That's what murd mean. Murd is coming from the marad, the genie, who have no hair, and with kuhl in their eyelid. So they have no hair. Instead of that, they have eyeliner, you know, and like their eyebrows will be drawn by pen, like makeup. And their youth will never come into an end, and their clothes will never wear out. This is what Muslims fighting for and dying for. All right. Anyway, guys, I think we have Muhammad Qasim saying Christian Prince is a deceiver. Muhammad Qasim, why you don't call me? How many times you did call me Muhammad Qasim and you got busted? Be honest. Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times. How many times? What about we added one more time? What do you think, guys? We are desperately waiting for a Muslim to call us and prove to us that the Christian Prince is deceiver. Why you don't do it? You don't want to be recorded again and people laugh at what you say? Do it. People will take the video and they will post it everywhere, and they will see how Muhammad Qasim, he got a Christian Prince busted. Do you have the courage? Now he'll play dead. Even though I was planning to go and say goodbye, guys, but I'm willing to stay just for the sake of Mr. Muhammad Qasim to get me busted. How about that? Honestly, I'm leaving. But if Muhammad Qasim is willing to call me, I will stay for the coming 2 hours. 2 hours just for you. Do you dare? He's playing dead now. All of you Muslims are welcome to call me, and you know you don't call for a reason. You know that you cannot make it. You are following a crazy religion, crazy cult, and you have no answer. The only thing you can say, Christian Prince, is lying. What line? I'm showing you in the screen. Guys, did I say anything I did not show in the screen? Actually, I'm struggling. This is why it's taking me more time just to show what I am saying. I say, if I say something, I don't show it, I feel guilty if I don't show it. Anything I say, I show it in the screen. You are busy for the coming few days, and he put for me bombs. Okay, now we know what are you doing. All right, guys, thank you very much for being here. I hope today we answer many of your questions, and don't make people fool you. Islam is not only the moon religion cult. Islam is a collection of many religions. Muhammad, he took from here, from there, from everywhere. Paganism, Christianity, Judaism, Sabian, Hindu, stones worshipping, stones kissing, going around the Kaaba, the same as the Hindu, the sexual stone, fictions, superstitions, all of those is Islam. Like when Muhammad he says the black dog is the devil, is that God? Just because he's a black dog, he is the devil? Who in the world want to believe in such a garbage? Who in the world want to believe that because a dog is a black, he is devil? Superstitions. Just because he is a black, so now we have to hate the black dog. And actually I found this dog is very fishy. He is the devil just because he's black. Why? How is that? Based in which knowledge is that? And look at this dog, he's like and asking Allah, Allah, why? Allah, why? Why you made the mujahideen go after me? He's a cute dog. Look at this dog. Allah, please. Why? How? This is the devil. This guy is the devil. So our problem, all of it is coming from a black dog, and that is God. And this is God teaching. And now the dog is asking Allah for, please Allah, please let me alone, leave me alone. I will change my color hair, my hair color. I will make it blonde. Why? What's wrong with the blonde? No, a blonde dog is fine. Black dog is the bad one. So when we speak about Islam, we are not talking about really a religion. We are talking about a mix of stupidity and cults. Muhammad, he brought all cults and he took from other religions and he mixed them and he called it Islam, which means surrender or die. I said, oh Abu Dhar, what feature there is in the black dog which distinguishes it from the red dog and the yellow dog? He said, oh my son, the son of my brother, I asked Messenger of Allah as you asked me. He said the black dog is the devil. That is Islam. It's a stupid racist cult, and this cult is mix of many cults and many religions, starting from the moon worship, moon god worship, to the sun worship, to Christianity, to Judaism, to Hinduism, to the Sabian, you name it, mixed with millions of stories of superstitions and fiction stories like the sunset and murky waters, Al-Qurnain, the flying carpet who can carry 600,000 chairs, the ring of Solomon, Solomon's wife sleeping with the devil. I mean, that is Islam. And we have to admit that major stupid stories in Islam is coming from the Talmud, from the Jews' books. Muhammad was a fool. He took what is written in the books of those fabricators and he took it for granted. Many of those stories. I'm not talking about this story now in front of me. I'm talking about other superstition stories and fiction stories. like Suleiman, the ring of Suleiman, blah blah blah. Suleiman is speaking to the ant she loved. Suleiman he loved, the ant she said to the ant, Suleiman will crush you. Those stories, Muhammad, he took them from the Jews. They fool him. Anyway, I want to say thank you guys for being here. I will try to be live on air tomorrow, if not the day after. Don't forget to subscribe, please, so always you will be updated, and turn on your notification. And for those who do not know, I have another channel which is called The Quality of Life. Later I will text in the chat there, so you can see the other account and you can subscribe. In the other account we talk about things have nothing to do with religion, things have to do with our life, normal stuff. It's like social and good talk about what is useful for us, but taking a break from the cult and the garbage. All right, so I want to say thank you. May the Lord bless you, and I hope to see you soon again. Christ is Lord, Islam is false, and we prove it every day. Thank you.